Okay, so I'm going to do an intentional pour tonight. I have to thank Olga, and I'm sorry I can't pronounce your last name, Olga, for the pouring box. I will find your video and put a link to it. It is simply an under the bed storage container, some holes drilled on the side, making sure that the level steel rods through it. I love it. When I can't fit the item because I have something smaller, I actually put an old sheet between the two of them. So love this, love it. It makes my cleanup so much easier. The skins just peel off the bottom, and then I press them between wax paper or some saran wrap. So tonight I am going to do so the challenge for the month of November for one of the groups I'm a member of is Nature Inspired. And I've got these beautiful trees that I drive by every single morning. And one of them is the brightest red I think I've ever seen. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful red. So I have mixed a little bit of the magenta, Liquitex Basics Quinacridone Magenta with a little bit of the Artist Lofts Crimson and a skosh of dioxazine purple, and made a beautiful magenta that I love to use, or beautiful like burgundy kind of, but it is the color of the trees with a little bit of brown tone to it. And then the next tree is a gorgeous orange. And so I mixed, and I will put the link for the other video, I mixed some Liquitex Basics and some the cadmium red hue, or sorry, light hue, and then the Artist Loft Crimson in together. Made a little video on how I mix paints, but that's what this shade is. And then the third tree is kind of a late bloomer, and it's bright yellow. I mean, we're talking like brightest yellow. So I've had a lot of success with the Apple Barrel Gloss Real Yellow. This I mix 1 part Floetrol to 1 part paint. I mixed it up and then put it back in the bottle for easy dosage. And it's got a little bit of the green like hanging out afterwards. Like it's the tree kind of hasn't figured it out yet that it's fall here in Indiana. So I'm going to use the Apple Barrel multi-surface satin acrylic in the Mountain Forest. Again, this is 1 part Floetrol, 1 part paint. And then the fourth tree is that bright red again. So I've got this beautiful brown that I've made. It was more of a bronzy brown. It has got metallics in it. It is a bronze, so I've mixed the metallic, the Deco Art Dazzling Metallic in the brown. Mixed an entire bottle of that with a little bit of the gold and a little bit of the brown, and kind of made this, it's bronze. But, you know, our leaves are actually kind of turning brownish as well at the same time. So I'm going to do a little skosh of that in there as well. I have had a whole lot of success with a pastry bag pour. And another one of the groups I'm in has a love it and a hate it. And I hate flip cups. I'm trying to be very intentional about this. So I saw Gina DeLuca do a pour where she poked a little hole in a cup. So it was kind of a, by the way, this is just my Liquitex Basics Titanium White, mixed 2 part Floetrol, 1 part paint as a base coat. So she does the flip and drag, and she pokes the hole in the bottom of the cup and drags it underneath, and then she feather blew out some designs to it. And so that's kind of what my inspiration for this. I want this to look a lot like maybe 4 or 5 leaves that are coming up in the middle, and that same kind of pattern of color from the trees I see in the morning. So I have got, I love the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has these for $1. Obviously at Dollar Tree everything's $1. And I'm going to poke a hole in the bottom of it. And then tape it up. Sorry, I should have thought to do that before. So I'm going to poke 3 little holes in it. So I'm really not great with negative space either. I kind of tend to pour all the way to the corners, and so today's going to be very much a challenge for me. And I'm hoping that it turns out beautifully. Oh, there are my push pins. Sorry. So I'm just going to push pin 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to tape over those, and then that will pop the air pocket. And when I want the paint to seep out, the air will push it down, and the paint will hopefully flow under the edge of the layer of white that I'm going to make sure gets down. So I'm just going to put some tape over the top. I'm going to leave a little piece to help me so it doesn't, oh, I was meant to. Corner to kind of pull up. And I do not want too much paint, there we go, in this cup at all, because I really want to be able to blow it. You can't really see me filling this, so sorry about the focus, guys. I decided to, hello, camera, focus right, sorry, I'm gonna, right there, there we go. All right, that's better. So I'm gonna use, again, my trees go in the red. I'm going to put a little skosh of the brown. Keep that out. Yellow. I'm going to do quite a bit of it because right now mine's are my trees are very yellow. The orange. And I don't want too much color. As I said, I'm trying to be very intentional. And then this last tree, sorry, is yellow and green. Not too much of the green, just enough to kind of give it some life. A little bit of the brown. Seemed like a lot of the brown, but it's kind of gold and it'll be fine. It'll kind of mimic the stems. Okay. So that is my cup. And it's only about half full. So I'm going to lift myself up, flip it over, let it sit for a minute. And I'm going to fill in some more white because even though I gave myself a pretty good base, I'm going to be sliding this around and I want to make sure that wherever I go, it has paint to go into. So, sorry the focus is off, guys. And hopefully it'll stay that way. Probably not, because it hasn't yet. let's keep your fingers crossed, see how it goes. So I'm going to pull the tape off. And there goes some of it. Okay, not what was happening in my head, but still pretty nonetheless. I am going to use my straw. I'm actually going to use a ginormous straw and see if I can get some more kind of feathery layers. I am going to torch it. I did not put any silicone in, and I kind of meant to, but spaced it, so it is what it is. Can't do much about it now. It is a bit light there, but oh, that's nice. And I'm doing very short, light bursts of air. I think I may grab the other straw. Ooh, I like how that kind of filled in that hole. There we go. I love these cells. Oh well. It's killing about these cells. Oh well. As I do it. All right. So on top of the fact that I'm very winded at this point, and I'm finding it to get a little muddy, but I love the colors and I love the bubbling and I love the texture that I've gotten. And let me use the other straw. Maybe I can get some more fine filigrees. So that kind of looks more like a maple leaf. That looks good. Oh yeah. Oh, I love that little kind of stemmy action going on. And I don't know about you guys, but we get lots of bugs that kind of eat through leaves, and so we get some holy leaves. So I'm okay with the cells. Like, I'm totally okay. I love that this one is probably one of my favorite leaves, but I'm gonna torch it again, and then I'm gonna take you down and give you a little close-up. Torching this time mostly for the air bubbles, not for cell action, but mostly I just want to get rid of any major air bubbles that are gonna happen. The paint on this side is kind of thick, and so I kind of want to, I'm not gonna tilt it at all, but I will. I apologize. Close your eyes if you're seasick. Flip you over. Sorry. Camera. Hi. Hi. Where's my? It's not going to let me. Okay, so I'm just going to have to give it to you this way. So you can barely see that yellow that's in there. I love the very light pieces. And this is my favorite, the orange one that's there. And it said, I feel like the The cells kind of remind me of like bugs eating some of the leaves. This one reminds me of kind of like a stem coming off or like a half crumpled leaf. But in terms of an intentional pour and it being nature inspired, I think I have a win.